Fuck, that was hot. Fuck. Don't eat hot pasta, guys. You'll feel it burn all the way down. Fuck. I did it again. Fuck. I ate hot pasta, you know when you feel it burn all the way down? And I did it twice. It's very stupid of me. Rigged elections. I'm not sure how you can just see that. It's not something you can just see in the sense that you're probably suggesting. I'll bring you up in a second. Hang tight. Hey guys, if y'all want to keep tapping and doing your things and all that fun stuff. All right. What's up, bruh? Lux Max.
Brother,
Larry,
I just
What's
saw
up?
the craziest things I've ever seen.
What?
We were up in Virginia by 200,000, and they just called it, even though only 80% of the votes are in. I think 90 now.
Okay.
So
Who
why are they
cares?
calling it when there's 10% more?
Do you know how elections work?
I
Is
do,
this
but
your?
like
It sounds like this is your first time experiencing an election.
still,
Yeah,
but they called it when it was like at 75.
they generally call it when it's almost statistically impossible for the other person to come back and win. Now, if they happen to, that doesn't mean that that person doesn't win. It just means that they're calling it in the sense that it's almost impossible for them to come back. That's it. If they come back, they win. There's no rigging.
But still, like it just feels very fishy because we were up like
Why?
when 70% of the votes were in, we were up by like around 120,000. And then out of
Okay.
nowhere, I refresh it 20 minutes later, and the Democrats are up by 5%, by 5,000
Okay.
votes.
Sure, dude. Everything that goes against you is a rigged election. Sure.
You don't think that's fishy?
No. Nope.
Not at all.
Not in the least bit.
So out of nowhere, they just pulled out 125,000 votes out of their ass.
I don't know what you mean by out of nowhere.
Like, I don't understand how they, if we were up till like 60% of all the votes, then when it turns to 70%, the Democrats are up out of nowhere.
Yeah, people get votes, dude. That's how elections work.
But like, why at 60% the Democrats were losing by 150,000?
It's just based on the votes that they're counting, man. Nobody's up. That's not how things work. People aren't winning or losing. It just depends on how you count the votes. That's it. It's not a baseball game. It's not a basketball game where somebody is up.
I think we have to mandate voter ID.
It already is.
Do you remember?
It already. Yeah. Rook, for some reason I don't see you up here. I hear you, but I don't see you up here, which is weird.
I see
you.
you.
You can talk.
I can
that's
see
fine.
myself.
That's fine. You're good. Just go ahead and talk.
Do you remember what I said earlier today to Donald?
No. What was it again?
Everything seems like a conspiracy when you don't understand anything.
When you don't understand, yeah.
No, it's like, look, I'm going to put it like this, right? If 75% of the votes are in, that means a quarter is still left, right?
Correct.
And a quarter does matter. So why are you guys already calling it when,
I'm not calling anything. I'm not.
No,
what
like
do you mean, you
everyone
guys?
has called it.
Because like, it's statistically impossible for somebody to come back. That's when it's called. I don't know why this is so difficult to understand. Listen, if there's 80% of the votes in, and we know that every percent or this or that, or they're getting this amount of votes, it would be almost impossible for that person to come back. So they call it. Now, if they happen to call back, it doesn't mean that the other person just doesn't win. Like, I don't understand how you don't get this.
So I want to try to explain this. Well, the areas that they are still counting votes in, right, are areas that are historically extremely Democrat, right? Like very, very, very heavily Democrat. So say there's 20% of the vote left, right? In the areas that they're still counting votes, so those areas, they have 20% left, right? That is the 20% that it has not been counted yet. If 80% of those go out to the Democrats, or even 70, whatever percentage you want, why they're calling it is because of the 20% that is left of the total vote count, there are enough estimated numbers of Democrats with votes to be counted that it is statistically not impossible, but extraordinarily unlikely for the other person to win. That is exactly why, with like in New York City with Mamdani's race, they called the race for Mamdani like an no. Sorry, that was Prop 50 in California. They called the vote after like 30 minutes of the polls opening because it was such a drastic response that there was no way that the other party, the no vote, could come back from it. Right? It is the same exact thing here.
So if that applies to a state, does it also apply to elections like the presidency?
That is how that works. Yes.
So why? And this is where I'm getting my point, right? Like, if they can call it early, then when Elon Musk said Donald Trump is going to win and he called it early, why are you guys investigating him?
Because he's not an election official and he's not a news anchor that actually looks at the data. He's the person who owns the contracts to the satellites that some voting machines were alleged to have used to upload the votes from their machines into the central system. So whenever he says that, we think, oh, he's going to rig the election because he has the capability to do that.
All right, I gotta read Venmo. Hold on 1 second. I gotta read this out loud. Oops, sorry. David, thank you for the 5 on the blue app that starts with a V. It says, looks max, please just keep focusing on your looks. You're gonna need them. Thanks.
I took pep talks today, don't worry.
I'm sure you did. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. David Incomes. Guys, we can get to new guests at 10,000 likes. Make sure you guys tap a little bit more, okay? And try to get in heartbeats as possible.
So I can go. So but at the same time, I think that if you don't have any sufficient evidence of him actually doing this, right? And like the only evidence that they actually did have on him was that he did call it early and he said he predicted it. Actually, you can call it a prediction. But when the other party calls it a prediction and they're right, that means that we are doing fraud. But when
Didn't he say it before the election day?
What's the fraud?
he said it like 6 hours before.
Anybody can call any election. I can say anything I want. That doesn't mean it's fraud.
Yeah, but there was a congressman in Virginia. He posted it like 25 minutes when the voting places closed.
Mm-hmm.
He called it and he said Virginia already passed the redistricting.
Okay.
Why is he doing that?
I don't understand. Can you rephrase it a little bit differently?
So this guy, right, that works for the government in Virginia, he said that the redistricting had passed.
Okay.
But how would he know that if like not even 20% of the votes were in?
Are you sure that he said it at that point?
Yeah, he said it on X. I forgot his name, but I can get it for you.
I mean, if he said that, but that again, anybody can call anything. That doesn't make it a thing. Like, I'm not, are you saying just because somebody calls it, that means it stops there?
No, I'm just saying that, if you work for the government and you called it and you're somehow factually right.
Look, I don't know why you got this violation, but if you have a different come on up. If anything,
why is it always the left that gets violations?
I don't know, man. All right, you got anything else?
I think that we shouldn't be able to call anything until 100% of the votes are in because you don't know how people are going to vote. And, a lot of people are claiming on the left. I think it's for views personally, right, that our country is going into the worst route. But a lot of Republicans showed up today and voted no.
Okay.
I don't think we're doing bad.
Okay. Anything else?
You think we're doing bad?
What do you mean by we are doing bad? By like who?
Like as a country, do you think we're like worse than we were under Biden in 2022?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of Trump. I think there's a lot of improvements America can have. Even when Biden was president, even when Obama was the president. I think we're lacking behind other developed countries. All other developed countries have some form of universal health care. They have better social safety nets. They just tend to have better outcomes with those things.
So you want universal health care, even for illegals, the people that don't have documentation?
No, no, for
No?
American citizens.
Oh,
No, for why would anybody
why?
want that? Nobody on the left would say that. No.
You're smart. You're smart. Hey, thank you for having me up here.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah, have a good day.
Take care. Sorry, guys. Holding that bourbon. Listen, I'm sure there's a way that you can have healthcare for them, but like, I don't know. Let's just get healthcare for U.S. citizens first, and then we can worry about other things. There's no reason to like worry about immigrants when we don't even have it yet ourselves, right? May, how you doing?
Hello. I'm doing okay.
Hey,
How are
guys.
you?
Good. I'm just looking for opposition, by the way, guys. So anybody that's a Trump supporter or disagrees with the context and background. So are you opposition?
Uh, so I don't necessarily agree with the background or so it's a question.
Sure.
So it's not an agree or disagree sort of thing. I think Trump hasn't made gas and groceries cheaper for very obvious reasons. But I want to come up here and talk about the question of social safety nets for immigrants because
Uh,
I don't think that even ceding ground at all to the right and putting it out there that immigrants don't deserve the same things that American citizens deserve if they're undocumented is kind of dangerous rhetoric because you're still drawing a line in the sand as far as who gets treated as a person by the state and who doesn't.
what's your overall point? I'm sorry. What, can you rephrase that? I just
My
kind of
overall
lost what you
point
said.
here is that okay, I think it's an odd talking point to concede to the right that like an immigrant should not have access to universal health care in the country they're living in.
You said
If they're
undocumented immigrant. You said undocumented immigrant. Thanks, man, David. He said undocumented immigrant. Okay. So, and again, let's just worry about getting universal health care first. I really don't have a problem if like we can have a discussion about immigrants, undocumented immigrants at that point, but there's no reason talking about that if we don't even have it as a country. And guys, we are looking for opposition again, please. Thank you, thank you. Make sure you guys send in the heart me if you can, please. I would appreciate that. Okay, I think everybody in the request box is a friendly. So if you guys can kindly drop, that would be great. I'm still really hungry. I don't know what else to eat. And I have like 500 more calories left to eat. I might have to break out the peanut butter, but can't say I'm really feeling it. What's up, Blossom? How are ya? What did your mother make, Raven? Please share with the class. And those on YouTube, you guys can call on in if you want. Remember, if we already have a guest up and you call in, I just canceled a phone call, so you got to call in when we don't have a guest, which is right now. You guys can call on in. But I see all the comments there. Make sure you guys subscribe to me if you're enjoying the live, or if you watch me for a little bit and you enjoy it. Yes, it's always but Biden, but Biden, but Biden, but Biden. And if we could invite ops from the comments, that'd be good too. The live earlier today was actually really good. I don't know if it was just kind of like just random it was, or if that time happens to be good. Very funny, honey. Very funny. If you guys don't understand that frog thing, I was in Brandon's live yesterday. And I was outside and there was a big frog by me, and I have a huge phobia of frogs. So that's what the frog emoji means. It's a big phobia. We're not just talking about like being scared of like a bug or something. Like it's a legit phobia. It's not good. All right, let's bring this guest on up here. They're not cute at all. I don't know where you get that from. I mean, maybe like a picture of one would be cute, but like a real live frog, yeah, frog phobia. It's just, especially when they're bigger. Like if they're like super super tiny, it like the phobia is there's a direct correlation with the size of the frog. If that makes sense. Like the phobia increases as the frog's size gets bigger. It's a direct correlation. I don't think frogs are cute, but I hate to each their own. Oh, those big ones. Oh my God. No fucking way. Those ones I would just freeze. Like I don't even know what I would do with those big ones. And if anybody like thought it was funny to throw one on me, I would never talk to that person ever again. Like they would be instantly out of my life. And I'm not even joking. Instantly, I would never talk to them again. Hey, what's up, Confetti?
Yo, what's up? I'm 32 and I voted for Trump.
Cool, man. Why hasn't he made grass and groceries cheaper?
I think I believe that since we ended the WAR today, that gas prices will be going down shortly.
He says we have ended the war like 3 times in the last like 2 months. So how do you know this time he's telling the truth?
Yeah, unless something goes wrong with the blockade.
All I'm saying, this is news to me that the war ended. I was not aware of that.
I mean, yeah, like no, that's what I thought was weird when I finally like read, because no one has said that the war has ended. But when I read his Truth Social post, he's pretty much saying the ceasefire is indefinite.
I wouldn't take Trump's word for it. I would take what he says with a grain of salt, considering once again he has said numerous times the war has ended, or we're winning the war, or the strait is open, and it's not like you got to take what he says with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
like,
but
the
the
biggest
thing is
grain
that
of salt.
yeah, but we can't even continue the WAR because I believe something after like there's a certain time period that Congress steps in and everyone knows he's not going to be able to get the votes to continue.
Okay. Well, listen. Even if there's a ceasefire, Israel never really seems to like honor said ceasefires. That's like almost what they're known for doing. So I wouldn't expect it to last.
Bro,
But no,
I'm
the war's
so
not
glad.
ended. The war's not ended.
Bro, I'm so glad that you said that because I think, bruh, with this WAR with Iran, I think that it's made everybody finally say that we are done with Israel, bro. I think everyone came to that
we are
conclusion.
going in that. Guys, keep tapping and sharing, please. Make sure you send it hurt me. Yeah, man, I think we are sort of heading in that direction, which is good. I mean, because I don't think we should be funding them or supporting them or anything like that. Unfortunately, though, there seems to be a rise in anti-Semitism along with it, because there is a group of people who seem to blame Jewish individuals, not necessarily just like the country of Israel. You know what I mean? Or state of Israel, whatever you want to call it.
Like the more,
go ahead.
Yeah, the more that I learn, bro, I'm like, bro, I did not know that a lot of the Zionists are atheists. Like that threw me off, bro.
I don't know what percent of them are atheists, but
I heard that, but bro, it makes sense that they are if they're causing all of this, devil work in the world, bro.
What do you mean?
Bro, just even like I was talking to a panel and I was like, Israel never funded Hamas. That's a lie. That's fake. That's alleged. Then I was wrong, bro. Then it shows that they gave money to Qatar and then Qatar gave money to Palestine, which gave money to Hamas.
Yeah, well, anything else that you wanted to say in relation to the background? Did you vote for Trump, by the way?
Yeah, I voted for Trump. Yeah, I mean, I think gas prices are gonna go down in the next coming weeks, when everything subsides. And groceries, yeah, bro, that went up during Biden's administration and it just never went down from there, bro.
Well, groceries have gone up forever. They just happen to go up at a higher rate because inflation increased post-COVID. But, groceries were cheaper in the 90s than they were in the early thousands, and the 2010. You know what I mean? Like groceries just things in general get more expensive. That's
Yeah,
just
but
sort of a
but
thing
just
of
but just
life.
real quick, like let's say I had a direct linkage to the White House. How would you lower grocery prices?
Well, you can. I mean, the president's not in control of lowering grocery prices. So this background is sort of facetious in the sense that he can't directly do that, but he campaigned on such and said that he would on day one. So I'm kind of holding the guy responsible, or accountable rather, for his words, for what he campaigned on.
So there's no way that the president can lower grocery prices.
Not directly. They can't just go to the CEO or whatever of a grocery store and say, "Hey, lower grocery prices." They can do things that would potentially incentivize them to lower groceries, like
Like
possibly have have a cap of the increase of groceries. That's something you could possibly do. I know Harris spoke about that a bit, but other than that, I don't know if there's much one could do. Again, they're just not in control of those things. The president's not in control of every little thing.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it's just like problems left over the Biden administration. Like I feel like everything is like problems that the Biden administration left us to fix.
Like, so what do you think Biden did, like specifically, that was bad?
I think Biden just let money just fly out the door, and
What
that
do you mean by
created a
that?
lot of problems.
What do you mean by that?
I think that Biden was truly incompetent. I think that he was going through cognitive decline, and people wanted to get rich off of him. Like, because even me, bro, like even I was like, dang, bro, I think I could scheme Biden out of $2 billion. Like even me, bro.
I'm
And I'm
not
a
sure.
Christian, bro.
I don't know if that's how it works. But what money did he give away? What are you talking about?
I think he just was signing a bunch of stuff like the $1 trillion infrastructure bill, right?
Trillion?
Yeah, it was like $1 trillion.
So
right?
wait, so you're against increasing our infrastructure and
No,
improving?
bro. But when I looked at the deal, like 400 billion of it was like unaccounted for.
That's not true at all. What do you mean unaccounted for? You can look at the bill. You can look at every single thing that was accounted for.
I did, bro. And I'm telling you, bro. Like it would just be like you would see like okay, 100 billion for this, 80 billion for this. But then when you add it up, it would only be like 600 billion. I'm like, where is the rest of the money?
You can track it. You're acting like you're trying to create a conspiracy theory that doesn't exist.
I'm not.
You can track every dollar of every single bill. I promise you can do that. Legally, you can do that. You can look into those things.
No,
But it's odd to me that the people that say that we should make America better are against the things that Biden did, infrastructure bill, like the Chips and Science Act. I don't know why you guys would be against these things that like objectively would improve America.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like the checks and balances to check these things out. When I went to those checks and balances, it'd be like, wait, hold on, bro. This is only 600 billion. Where's the rest?
Again, you can track it. It's in there.
And it's like, bro, that is almost half. Like, what?
Well, then why don't you show the bill? Why don't you show it? Bring it on up, and we'll talk about it. But again, I think you're creating something like a conspiracy theory that doesn't exist. But I got to tell you, man, there was more money printed under Trump's first administration than Biden. There was more money spent under Trump's administration than Biden's. So this idea that Biden was giving away all this money just objectively isn't true. There was just less than there was under Trump's administration. So this idea that he increased inflation because he spent this money, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't work. Now, of course, spending can increase inflation, right? Like there was money that was spent during the first year or two of his administration post-COVID, and sure, that probably affected it to some degree, but as did what happened under Trump. But that would have happened under any president. I don't know if you're there anymore. Am I just talking to the ether or what? Oh, all right. You're on mute, man. You're on mute. If you've been talking this entire time, we couldn't hear you.
Okay, like for example, right? So it says,
all right, let's blow it up. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, this is the transportation.gov, right? Like I guess what. So it'd be like strengthen supply chain and improve port, efficiency. 31 projects, 15 states, coastal seaports. So look, bro, why did we spend $580 million on coastal seaports, bro. Great
What do you mean?
Lakes, like
It says right there to strengthen supply chain. Strengthen supply chains and improve port efficiency. It says right there
okay,
exactly why
was
they're
the
doing it.
supply chain was it good or bad during Biden's administration?
It's not a matter of being good or bad during his administration.
No,
In general, it's something that
he
can be
spent
improved upon.
He spent $580 million. Was it good or bad during his administration?
You're acting like it changed during his administration. That's something that could have improved under anyone.
Well,
right?
I'm just saying that, like, for $580 million, it should have been great.
Right. But we're spending money on America, in America, on American citizens. I don't know why you're complaining about that. Everybody complains about giving money overseas, and then when we spend money on American citizens, you guys bitch about that too. Do you just not want money spent at all?
So, and look, this is $580 million. Remember, it was $1 trillion, right? It was $1 trillion, right?
Yeah, close to it, I believe.
1.2 trillion, right? So, okay, so 1,580 million. Okay, so that's about what? That's 2 billion right there, right? Where's the rest of the money at, bro?
You got to count it, man. You have to go through the bill itself. Just because you can't account for it, you can't count it yourself. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. If you're suggesting there's 400 billion that just disappeared, that would be one of the craziest conspiracy theories, and this would be something everybody would be talking about. That somehow 400 billion.
But this is what I'm saying, bro.
So where are you suggesting this 400 billion went? You think you just gave it to somebody just for the fuck of it?
It's like the money is not. Where's the money? Where's the money go? Where's it at?
I think you have to learn how to count first before you come to this conclusion that money was just not spent on what it said. You have to go to the bill itself.
Okay, so Biden infrastructure bill, right?
But hold on, but you have to go to the bill itself, right? Which is going to be a very long and boring read. It's very dry, but that's what the bill would contain. You would be able to read it through there. If you really want to account for everything.
Yeah, this would be it, right? Transportation and infrastructure, right? Okay, wait. So how do I go? Where's the PDF, bruh? PDF. Oh, bro, where's the
So there's 550 billion in new spending, by the way. All right. So that's additional things. Well, the remaining would be for things that they already had. That's why you're not able to account for it. Now, the new spending goes for targeting roads, bridges, public transport, rail water systems, broadband, which is huge, transportation, energy and power.
Okay. So look, so I guess this is it right here, bro. So look, it's like highways, right? So highways is Title I, right? So look, so highways is like Title I, aiding for the highways, right? Mm-hmm. And then but you saw from the transportation side how much it was, right? So then it's transportation. Okay, now it's research and technology and education. Okay, I have not heard where that money was going. Indian affairs, I have not seen where that money goes. Rail, motor carriers. So these were all transportation things, right? Other than the education right there, right? Mm-hmm. So these are all transportation. Okay, this is energy though. I'll give it that. This is energy though. Okay. So okay. Does this look like $1.2 trillion worth of stuff to you?
You have to count it. You can't just look at it and guess. You have to count it.
Okay, this is okay. Because I'm just but here's what I'm saying. Okay, you can take me off the big screen.
Yeah. And guys, keep tapping and sharing. We can get to a new guest shortly. Just hang tight. Say 15K, we can get to new guests. Okay. We're looking for props.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like with Biden, he would just send money out, but like there's no.
But he doesn't. You're just making shit up just because you don't understand something, that doesn't mean that you can just make stuff up. What do you mean he's just threw money out?
Okay, but like you saw what I showed you, right? Do you see any figures of amounts of money?
Okay, so if you're suggesting he just gave away $400 billion, where do you think that went? And why is nobody else talking about? Why are you the only one talking about this? So he just gave $400 billion. You're telling me you're gonna seriously tell me that he just gave away $400 billion just because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing? Are you really suggesting that?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm suggesting.
I think you're absolutely insane.
Because when I look over, there's no. Because even when you look at the big beautiful bill, right?
You know,
It will.
he can't just give 400 billion of something that's directed towards a bill. He can't do that.
Okay, like, because, like, for example, right? You saw what I was showing you. Like, okay, I hate to do the big screen, but like, but you saw like how like there's no figures of any kind of money.
Well, we've already gone through it, man. All right, again, 550 billion is a new spending for transportation, broadband, energy and power, water, environmental stuff, et cetera,
Million
et
or
cetera,
billion?
et cetera, billion,
Million,
500
right?
billion.
Yeah,
So the
million.
remaining 450 billion is for existing things for infrastructure.
So, but like you saw like how there was no money on there, right? But if
I
you look at
can't.
the big,
I can't with you anymore. Goodbye. I can't. I just if he doesn't understand it, I can't continue talking about it. If this was a thing, every other Trump supporter would be talking about it. If it were even a thing that like, you know what I mean? Like it's not even like he's a lone person talking about it. Like it'd be one thing if this was like some sort of conspiracy theory that the right in general had. All right, at least like you wouldn't be the only goddamn person. Yeah, I don't like. I think he went in with the intent of just coming to the conclusion that like money was just thrown out and he purposely wasn't counting it correctly. But I've already gone through it. But again, this is America First stuff. Like if you voted for somebody that's all about America First, and then a president signs bills that are for America, why would you complain about that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Guys, remember we're looking just for opposition, okay? What's up?
Hello, brother. I am done.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Guys, we're just looking for ops, please.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I just need to know your age, please. How old are you?
Say what?
I just need to know your age, please. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Cool. What's going on?
I'm good. Are you Jewish?
What's going on? Do you have a question about the background?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so let's talk about the background. What's up?
Why hasn't Trump made grocery yet? He's working on it, bro. I talked to him yesterday. He said he's working on it, bro.
All right, man. Well, I hope you figure things out in your life. Okay?
I
hope you insert slur. What a weird dude. His name is John. His handle is Sean Moses. I don't even know what the hell. And then his little bio says, "Hello, I am Susan." I don't think he like lives in reality. That guy. Like nothing about him makes any sense. No, I don't think he's a real person. He was 100% not sober. He was on something. I talked to him yesterday. I wasn't live yesterday. I wasn't live yesterday. I was on Brandon's live for like an hour, but he definitely wasn't on that. All right, guys. Again, we're looking for ops. I don't know why it's a lot slower than it was. Like earlier today, I had like what 500 people in. TikTok is so fucking hit and miss. Yes, and now is a good time to call on YouTube. I have nobody else that I'm talking to. This is the time to. You guys love to call in when I have another guest on. It's almost like you guys wait for that. But yeah, there was what like three big bills under Biden that was for quote unquote America First. We had the PACT Act, which helped veterans. I think it helped was like 2 million veterans, I believe, that got access to healthcare for an issue that they otherwise would not have had healthcare for. Then we had the PACT, and then we had the Chips and Science Act. Then we, of course, had the infrastructure bills that we were just talking about. Those are like three big things that are America First. And it's almost like you guys don't like it just because it happened to occur under Biden. What big bills has passed under Trump that has gone for America? Trump supporters, what do you got? Like, tell us a name of a bill that like improves some aspect of American lives or America. John, you're not coming back up. That's not happening, man. Brian wasn't on I don't know who Brian is. Nick Brown on YouTube. When I said, "Are you suggesting 400 billion just disappeared?" That's fucking ridiculous, bro. Never heard of Ukraine. That's a different thing, Nick. The money given to Ukraine was part of our DoD budget, which is already pre-allocated for our DoD budget. If we're talking about the infrastructure bill, that's totally different money in a totally different bucket of money. So you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. 12 years to fix what? Bend over. Tell me what there was to fix and what could they have done to fix it? What are you talking about? I don't think you're aware, Bend over, how things work. A president isn't a dictator. As much as Trump wants to be one, they're not a dictator, okay? They can't just unilaterally just change everything within the U.S., right? You have to work within the three branches, and if you don't have majority in those, yeah, you're not always going to be able to get things done. Trump currently has the majority in all of them, yet is getting jack fucking shit done. It shows how pathetic and weak he is. It's weird. Biden, as incompetent as he may have been, somehow was able to get all these bipartisan bills passed. Trump is fucking incapable of doing that. It's almost like when you talk complete shit about people on the opposing side, they're not going to want to work with you, okay? So when he calls them losers and domestic terrorists and he hates them, they're probably not as willing to work with you. You know, typically, as a politician, specifically as a president, you maybe should learn how to work across the aisle a little bit better and not be a complete douche. So you agree he was incompetent. I don't give a shit if he was incompetent or not. The guy got more fucking done than Trump has in his term and a half so far, which is even more pathetic for Trump, that a guy who, quote unquote, was incompetent got a fuckload more done. So what the fuck is Trump doing? He has the majority in all of the branches. Again, he's not getting jack shit done. In fact, he's wasting money by trying to increase our budget, right, by $500 billion for the Department of Defense budget, which is fucking insane. Spending all this money on the war, which is crazy. Increasing gas prices, all of which you guys voted against, right? Or he campaigned against, rather. Yet he's doing that exact same thing. He's literally doing the exact things that you guys complained about Biden for, giving money overseas. He did that. Spending a lot of money. Trump's doing that. Starting wars. Trump's doing that. And again, guys, we are looking for ops. I don't really want to restart. I doubt that will fix it. It's just probably slow right now. There's probably other people alive or something. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? If you're watching on YouTube, though, if you guys can subscribe and like the live, that'd be great. All right, I got to eat more food. I'm getting back into training seriously, and I got to track my calories and my macros. And I got to send it over to my coach. I have a coach, and they want me to send daily my fucking calories and macros. And I'm short like 500 calories, and I don't know what to do. It's stressing me out. God damn it. Oh, macros? It's short for macronutrients. Protein, carbs, fats. One bite of cake. Well, unfortunately, I need more protein. Otherwise, I would just eat cake. Yeah. If I simply had carbs and fats left, as far as my macros go, yeah, I would eat like a cookie or a cake or some shit. But I'm also short on five. It's okay. It's my first day. It's fun. Egg salad sandwich sounds fucking great. Meatheads are so boring. All right, that's fine. You don't need to be friends with me. I wouldn't even consider myself a meathead in the colloquial sense, right? When people think of a meathead, they think of some stupid person who's not an intellectual, who's in the gym all day, who only thinks and talks about working out. I work out 3 days a week. I work 3 days a week for about like an hour. I don't know if that would really consider myself a meathead. But... You know, guys, I probably should have done a seed oil live because I don't have tons of time. And generally, I save those for the seed oil live. Excel sounds great. Sounds great. Again, guys, we are looking for ops. You know, I am thinking of changing this to a seed oil live. You guys will probably hate me if I do that. You know what, David? You are right. This is my live stream. I can do what I want. I don't need to be a people pleaser. I'm going to do that, guys. You're all going to hate me, but it's okay. I got to stop people pleasing, okay? I'm going to do a seed oil live. But here's the thing, guys. I was live earlier today for like a couple hours, right? So, you know. But I'll be live at some point tomorrow. Again, I'll let you guys know. All right. Okay. And at some point, my goal is to get onto a schedule, like a schedule of, you know, what day and what time I'll be live. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but that is like the long-term goal because I know you guys will probably like that more and people just in general will watch me more. I'll think about how to do that. But anyways, wait, hold on. Let me answer this stupid question here. Strange how everything was expensive under Biden. Things, as I explained earlier, in general, just go up over time. Prices go up. That's just how like capitalism works. And everyone was okay with that. Nobody was okay with that. Everybody was bitching the entire time. But here's the thing. You're not going to be able to explain what Biden did to increase groceries. Because he didn't. But the president can't do that. It is kind of how Trump won. Trump won because people associated the high prices with, they just automatically assumed the president did it, so they voted for the opposition, really. And assuming Trump remains incredibly unpopular as he is now, yeah, more than likely the Republican is going to lose an election. More than likely. Assuming he remains incredibly fucking unpopular as he is now. Anyways, guys, I'm making excuses? Nope, didn't make any excuses. You're just a dumb fuck. All right, guys, I'm going to exit this and go do a Cedo live, okay? All right, YouTube, sorry, I'm changing the live. You guys may hate me, but it's okay. Ooh, you guys can see my pictures. That's not good. The radical left. Guys, the radical left and their healthcare and better education. How awful. So radical. Chris, I am a meathead? Well, good, man. That means I am bigger and stronger than you. Maybe I should restart YouTube. YouTube, I'm going to restart you.